can ask him upstairs. But no, from a coach's lens, I understand why we extended James, and I think he's one of the better running backs in the NFL, and I'm always happy when players get rewarded for their hard work and their production. I want that for all of them, quite honestly.
When it comes to the value of what he's done in these first 3 games, I mean, has he raised his level in some ways?
I believe so. And that's been James's kind of growth cycle, right? He loves football. He doesn't like, at least in my mind, he doesn't really get into all this other stuff that is outside of football or wants to sometimes try and populate the world of football. He's about ball, and he loves to play football. And I love seeing him out there last night as one of our captains, and it's just fun to watch players develop and guys that love ball. So.
Coach, knowing how much you value the play in the last scrimmage, what did you observe from Miami with their penetration, particularly on first down? I know they were sending some extra people at times, but what was your overall observation? Because there seemed to be a fair amount of penetration, more than we're used to seeing with your offensive front.
Yeah, so they were doing some blitzing or running some what we call simulated pressures, where they bring a disguised fifth, and he actually becomes a 4-man rush, but he becomes the fourth rusher, the blitzer does, and then playing coverage behind it. So we've seen some of that before. They were doing a good job, but I thought our protection was pretty good overall. I thought they didn't have a lot of free runners necessarily, but maybe just pushing the pocket a little bit more, and so some of it I think it affected. But overall, I thought there was just opportunities there that maybe we didn't take advantage of. And we go back like we did this morning. I know Joe was with the offensive staff. Joe and I met and just talked about, hey, things we could have done differently, done better. And, on the whole, we still scored 31 points. So you're happy with that. But there's always opportunities to grow again and improve.
How do you feel Dalton Kincaid took the things you asked of him in the offseason and starting to put that together now?
Yeah, I thought Dalton had a really good night. He had that one ball that came up. I think it was in the first quarter, but outside of that, he was really good at the point of attack, blocking on the perimeter screen game, and freed up. He got freed up one time, and then he freed up Khalil another time for the touchdown in the fourth quarter there. And then he had good production in the passing game. So I thought he played a really good, solid game, and he's committed to improving. He's got a great personality. I love being around him on a day in and day out basis, and he really wants to be good at what he does, and he's made a commitment to do that.
Are you getting enough? I mean, it's hard to talk about sacks with pass rushers, but in terms of the entire picture, are you getting enough from Greg Rousseau?
I think Greg is had some good reps, and then there's some other things that he would tell you that he wants to do better in the first 3 games. So going forward, we are going to need that 100%. I think Joey's off to a really good start, and creating some disruption back there, and we need to find or continue to find players that are going to help us and add to that mix.
I know you don't want to get too much into the details of what you want him to do better, but is there any specific thing, whether it be in the run game or as a pass rusher, that you just need to see more of?
Well, overall, I mean, again, you're looking to improve in every area, right? Whether it's an individual player. I know Greg's committed to that. He's one of our hardest workers, and very conscientious young man, and a big part of our team. But overall, as a team, we're looking to do the same. So I bet you if Greg came in here and you asked him the same question, he's going to say, I'm working on every area, every aspect of my game. So, but the pass rush is, you guys know, I've talked about it over and over and over again. The pass rush is needed. I'm just talking generally speaking. And my philosophy is you got to be able to get there with your front 4, and then the coverage has to work in tandem with them. So that's going to be a key piece for our team, not just our defense, but our team moving forward.
Along those lines, Sean, these first 3 weeks have probably not been super easy for Landon. We don't get to see practice now. So how is he coming along? Do you feel like he's getting closer to getting the jersey on game day?
We'll see. He's working hard. Again, another conscientious young man that the game is important too. Landon was close to getting a jersey this week, and we'll see where it goes moving forward. The goal is to get as many of these young guys up and active, getting a jersey, Jay, to get them some valuable time. We're already seeing that with most of them. And so like I said, there's some growing pains in there, but the vision that I have, that we have, then is going to be, hey, but down the road, it's going to pay off for us in the back half of the season. So it's how do we we were talking about some Landon this morning and some other young players, is how do we get them active? Are they ready? Are they too far off at this point? So those conversations are happening.
You're on a 25-game streak of not losing the turnover margin, and obviously we talk about the takeaways and that kind of thing, but from the offensive side, not turning the ball over, what have you seen in that perspective? How much of the emphasis that's been? Yeah,
you get what you emphasize most of the time. A wise coach once told me that, and if you don't emphasize it, don't expect to get it. And Joe and Bobby and Taves do a really good job of carrying the message to their respective units, and then working on those things at practice. So the last week, it's been a little bit challenging, I guess, because we really haven't had true practice days to do it, but we still talk about it. We still try and pull off some level of drill work on it. So you never take it for granted. It is one of the more convincing stats that leads to, winning football games.
Is that something also, like we talked a lot about Josh last year and like reducing his interceptions and that kind of thing, like from his perspective, I guess, is he continuing to take steps forward and making decisions that don't put the ball in harm's way?
Yeah, incredibly so. I couldn't be more proud, happy of the way he's really learned the game and become a really good decision maker. He understands the game that takes place within the game, and not everybody can get themselves to that level. And I think Josh Allen continues to show why he is who he is. And in my 25 years or more in this league, very rarely do you get a chance to witness what we in Buffalo have had a chance to witness, and it's pretty special.
When you're evaluating the defense and kind of the identity of the group, what's it like knowing that it's going to be so different in a few weeks when you're getting guys back from injury, back from suspension, just knowing you mentioned the group's improving, but it's going to look very different in a little bit. What's it like kind of long-term evaluating that?
It's a little bit hard, I guess. I have a vision. We have a vision for it. And again, the vision is, it's exciting. Yet at the same time, there's going to be growth moments, right? Good and bad, where you have to endure it to get yourself where you want to be. And I'm excited about that. And I kind of, development of players, development of getting young players integrated and trying to get our team elevated, right, with their help is exciting. And so you just have to, there's a delicate balance to that though, too, of making sure that they're ready enough to play, but not hurt the team to where it would cost us, a game, essentially. So it's that balance of the position coach knowing exactly, hey, they're good enough to put out there. There's going to be some growing pains, yes, but it should not cost us, a game perhaps. And so it's, that's the delicate balance of trying to get more and more of these guys out there. But that is the vision, is to get them out there so that back half of the season we're rounding in the form and potentially hopefully getting a little bit healthier as well.
Hey, Sean, 2 games in, what has been your takeaway from the punter Cameron Johnston?
Limited punts. He had I think he had 1 or 2 last week. We had 2 last week.
3,
Last week?
Yes.
3 last week. This past week, you mean?
3 versus the Jets, 2 versus the Dolphins.
Yeah, so 5 total. Yeah, limited sample. I think some good and some that he would want back as well. So we're working on it. And you're always looking to, again, improve, and special teams is a big piece of it. You do have what happens with some of the injuries that are mostly mentioned on defense. There is a trickle-down effect to teams play. I thought some of the play last night was really good. Guys stepping in that have not typically been in those positions. and then some that we have to make sure that we shore up moving forward there as well. So, but Cam, obviously with the one play last night, it turned out being, a real pivotal moment in the game. We can all learn from that play for sure. All right. Thanks, guys.
There we go.
You too.
Yeah.